This is my third time having to restart my live and actually go live again because it just continues to mess up from YouTube to the Streamlab and everything like that. But like I said, I'm not going to blame anybody else. I'm just going to move forward and do the best that I can, right? Shout out to y'all that's joining the live again after having to rejoin the live like 2 or 3 times. I'm telling y'all, I'm doing everything in my power that I can. When I turned down that third deal, a lot of wild stuff actually started happening, which is insane. I told them to spin the block again. We could probably work something out. God dang. But anyways, my spirit is not dead. I'm going to continue doing what I do and make it happen, right? Stoners Committee, man, you see what's going down, right? You see how something always is happening, and it ain't me. It's like other forces that's doing this, you know what I'm talking about? But I take the blame for it, and it is what it is, right? Bumblebee, I see you say we're back. We're definitely back. I'm not even going to go over the Charleston White topic anymore. I'm going to go over to the next topic whenever more people actually get inside. Of course, YouTube's got to send a notification out to more people. Hopefully, they do their part at doing that. But anyways, it is what it is. Like I said, I'm happy that y'all get to see when things is messing up and also when things are going good. Bro, you got so much content. You're going to forever be paid. I mean, for sure, I'm going to get consistently paid, but it's just the fact I like providing new content. I like when I go live for things to be smooth as they should be, right? So it is what it is, you know what I'm talking about? Anyway, so let me just get the intro in. I'm going to get straight started. It is what it is. Ethan's Game Room. What's up, Key? We made it. Man, welcome back. This is the third time of me doing a live because it messed up. Let me see if the other screen pops up first. Let's see. Oh, thank goodness it's actually working right this time, right? Anyway, so welcome back to Key Talk Media. This show's Key Talk. Check it out, man. All right. Listen, if you're in the live right now, make sure y'all hit that like button for me, right? So, like I was previously saying about the Charleston White, he pretty much dissed Offset, dissed Cardi B. I'm not going to read all that again. I already read it on the past 3 lives that we had to do. And pretty much after he dissed them, he's just telling Offset to get out of his feelings. Don't go kill nobody over a 304, right? Anyways, I do see more people just join. Welcome back to the live if y'all are just now joining back again. I'm going to go and get to the next topic that we actually had to do besides the Charleston White topic before our live pretty much messed up. So, what's happening right now is there is a Chinese person, a Chinese man. He came into the United States of America, but he came with a bag. And they pretty much checked his bag. And what they're saying is the Chinese person that had that bag, it was some type of chemical where they put it inside of the crops and it poisons all the crops, which of course would then poison everybody inside of America. So they do believe that China is doing some type of low-key undertone threat against the entire America, right? They're going for the roots. They're literally going for the roots, which is actually the crops, right? I'm gonna show that video. And of course they say his girl works at like one of the universities. So they've been planning this, plotting this for a very long time. And they've actually got messages of it as well, right? So here goes that video.
Chinese nationals charged with smuggling a toxic fungus into the U.S. with the goal of poisoning our food chain, literally from the ground up. Here with me now, NBC News national law enforcement and intelligence correspondent Tom Winter.
I definitely need y'all to like the video too, because it's the third time we're trying to do this live. It keeps messing up. So definitely, if you're in here listening right now, like the video for me. That's the biggest thing that you can actually do for me right now.
This seems like it would be really hard to detect. How did this plot, as they believe it was, get foiled?
Right. So what they basically did is they said that Zhang Young Liu, who's 34, he's from China. He comes to the United States last July, lands in Detroit on a flight from Shanghai, and CBP stops him and asks him a number of different questions and decides to go through his luggage, where they then find, and I think we'll have some pictures of them soon, several bags, you're looking at them now, containing...
And just look how little it is. Like, it's so little, but they just put it in the crops and it poisons the entire crop field just for like a teeny little bit. It's kind of like fentanyl if you think about it. But like I said, that's even less, and it can poison the whole entire field. So
some sort of an organic substance, not one that he declared. And so given the fact...
And welcome to everybody that's coming back in. Of course, this is the third time I'm trying to get this right. Hopefully it doesn't mess up this time. But anyways, I wanted to give a shout out to all of y'all that's in the live right now. Make sure y'all hit that like button.
The fact that he's bringing organic compounds into the United States, he's not declaring them, he's immediately bounced out of the country. And that's where the FBI counterintelligence division comes in and starts to study these. And they say that
2 Chinese nationals
He's immediately bounced out of the country. And that's where the FBI counterintelligence division comes in and starts to study these. And they say that they brought it to a lab, and they say that they started to examine it and try to figure out, why was this person coming here? What was going on? And in the course of interviews with Liu, as well as his girlfriend, Young King Jian, 33, she was arrested yesterday. She is in the custody of the United States, a student at the University of Michigan. Apparently, Liu was on his way to meet her at the University of Michigan at their...
Anyway, so I'm gonna just cut it off right there. Shout out to Jason Hayes. I see you say hit that like button. Basic Jason, I like keys. Thanks, appreciate that. Memphis, Tennessee for sure. Memphis in the building, man. Shout out to Memphis. T Famous, another Memphis in the building. Hey man, shout out a whole lot of Memphis business inside the building right now. You know what I'm talking about? Anyway, shout out to each and every last one of y'all. Welcome back to the live stream. So what we just covered was pretty much a Chinese man came to America on a plane, and once he came to America on a plane, he had a baggie and it was full of chemicals. Pretty much China's trying to do chemical warfare against the United States right now, right? They're trying to poison our roots, our crops, which will then poison the food that we eat and kill a lot of people, right? Y'all already know that America's probably headed to war with China, so it's bang, 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 but China's trying to play it smart, just like with the COVID and just like with everything else, right? Anyways, Key, they keep with your live. We're going to crash out. Yeah, man, I almost crashed out, but I ain't going to crash out right now. But if it's ever, you know what I'm talking about, I'm trying to be sustained so I can, like I said, give y'all a good show. Shout out to Detroit, you know what I'm talking about, King Gotti, Detroit in the building. But anyways, so if I take you to the comment section, let's see what y'all had to say. They need the death penalty for sure. Of course, people saying they need the death penalty. You know what I'm talking about? And Trump is in office. So, you know, Trump about to do some handle that business. You know what I'm talking about? Anybody let nothing happen to the American citizens. Some other person said, Jesus is the Son of God. He is risen and God is in control. No weapon formed against him shall prosper. She out here trying to put us back on COVID restrictions and social distancing. Give them the needle. No bill. Oh, wow. She looks like she doesn't have a suit. Reminds me of some people. So they definitely trying to get us up out of there, right? Anyway, so let's go ahead and get to the next topic for today. And the next topic will be, so it does look like Honeycomb Brazy has something to say from prison. And for those that don't know, Honeycomb Brazy should be getting out here pretty soon. He hasn't gave the exact day, but it's so soon that, like I said, he said he's trying to pop out like a raccoon, like he always says. So he said, I did this in 3 weeks. Obviously, he's talking about all the chain stuff that he got on. I did this in 3 weeks, no handout, straight out the mud, Alabama. And this my last post. I'm making locked up on my granny. Oh, he said this is the last post I'm making locked up on my granny. I'm gonna run up 20 million up the first 6 months I'm out of here. Listen, I'm gonna be real. I hope Buddy run up all the money in the world, but making 20 million in 6 months, y'all know how hard that is? That's extreme, especially for a rapper. That's super hard to do. But when he does get out, obviously, he is still signed to Mob Ties, but he really want to be signed to Birdman still. So we'll see if Birdman and Mob Ties are able to work like a deal out like they did with Drake. So that way, Honeycomb Brazy could potentially be, of course, a part of Cash Money and Birdman, which is where he want to be at. That's why he's been crashing out on the Godfather, Jay Prince Sr., because he really much want to go to Cash Money and leave Mob Ties, Rap A Lot, all that together. There's a conglomerate, right? James Hackworth said Honeycomb definitely deserves it, bro. This is one, like I say, I think got the craziest rapper story, but on top of that, like, bro just, I don't know, fool. You can tell he ain't got much education, but you can also tell that he's super passionate and really cares and loves his people. Like, he really, really cares about his people, and he put his life on the line for other people, right? I think Honeycomb Brazy actually need to focus on himself a little more, because he puts so much energy into other people that it gets him sidetracked on himself, and then he ends up like slipping and falling most of those times, right? But yeah, definitely salute to Honeycomb Brazy. I want the best for him. Dre Morris says, shout out Key Talk and the fellow Key Talk game from Outer 204. Road to 100K. You already know. Lowland Road Tide. North Omaha. I see you, North Omaha, Nebraska. Representative Crawford Gang. DeAndre Matthews here from Bama 334. Man, shout out to Bama. You know what I'm talking about? But yeah, he definitely deserves it, right? But anyways, we take to the comment section, see what y'all had to say. The real Shorty Mac said just might, meaning he just might run up that 20 million in 6 months. I hope he do. I want to see bro win. A lot of people want to see Honeycomb Brazy win. He's one rapper that got the internet and the people in the streets on his side that like want to see him win, because every time he get out, he end up standing on business. And when he stands on business, he end up back in jail every single time he got into a shootout on live. They killed his grandparents, all type of stuff, right? Anyways, DeAndre Matthews say, Warrior, we rock with you. Key Talk all the way from North Omaha 402. That's hard. A tour could keep him free of Bush. A tour, that's actually a good idea. I don't know when the last time Honeycomb Brazy actually went on a tour, but I do know he said Lil Baby be reaching out to him like, hey man, I watch everything you do. I see everything that's said about you. So and Lil Baby's on a world tour right now, so obviously he couldn't go with him, but that definitely would be something that he could do. But he may be under super strict restrictions from when he gets out for like parole, that they may not let him travel everywhere. That's what they tend to do to people that get out fresh out of prison. So we'll just have to see. But anyways, read a couple more comments, then we'll take to the next topic. Wave over with. You good. You keep going back. I think that means your wave's over with if you keep going back. If he keeps going back, he could definitely miss his wave. But I think Honeycomb Brazy, he's a special artist, though. Like, he's super entertaining. See, on the internet, to be an artist, you have artists that are entertaining, that maybe don't make good music, or maybe make good music, but aren't really entertaining. Honeycomb Brazy is entertaining, and he makes good music. So it kind of like, it gives us more of longevity than any other art. Well, not any other artist, but other artists that don't have both of those components together, right? Anyway, so let's go and take it over to the next topic. Now, for the next topic, we'll cover that probably a little later. Let me go over. Oh, yeah, so Houston, Texas. So inside of Houston, Texas, a lot of people didn't notice, but they actually used to have a quota inside of Houston, Texas. Now, the quota that they had in Houston, Texas was every single officer has to pull over at least one person. So they're pretty much trying to get one ticket per officer every single, is it day or hour? I'm gonna read here. It says a Houston police policy requiring one traffic stop per shift, also every shift they do a traffic stop, was formally scrapped last week after some city council members said they never approved it. So they're pretty much saying 12 of them threw that in there. Like they're trying to make up their own rules without the city actually approving it, right? It continues and it says the 2022 order issued during a spike in Cadillac converter thefts and fake paper tags encouraged daily stops. Mayor John Whitmer said it came from the prior administration under former Chief Troy Finner of Mayor Sylvester Turner. So the whole bottom line is, listen, y'all ain't got to worry about that no more. So that's less of pulling people over, which of course will be less of like judging and just to pull people over, because if they got to pull at least one person over per shift, you better bet that they, for any little thing, you know what I'm talking about, you cross the line a little bit, they're going to pull you over. So they're stopping all of that, and we'll just see how it goes. And if we take to the comment section, the first comment says, Mrs. Officer, Mrs. Okay, I know y'all probably see, I see right, Ethan's Game Room said, dang, that lady officer got some cheeks on my hood. Shawty got big cheeks. Yeah, that's actually what most of the comments inside of the comment section talk about. I'm telling people that they no longer going to be getting stopped no more, and that, there's rules saying that they're not going to get stopped anymore. They're changing the actual laws and stuff like that, and people is worried about shawty with the cheeks. And it's okay, because when I saw the image, I was like, I'm definitely using this image. And that definitely was some motivation on why we'll use that image. I ain't gonna cap, shawty got the cheeks for shit show. Anyway, so somebody say, what's her badge number? Why it sit like that? Dang, she can arrest me. Lord, she fire. She got that peach back there. That lady fine. Miss BBL, move, girls. Like the whole comments is all about shorty and them cheeks. But anyways, let me go ahead and get over. Somebody said I can believe it. Let me get over to the next topic. Now, look, so Big X the Plug had one of the biggest opportunities of his career, which was to go on a world tour with who? Lil Baby, right? It was going to be him, Lil Baby, and I think I don't know who else, but Big X the Plug can no longer go on the tour with Lil Baby. For those that don't know, Big X the Plug injured his foot like really, really bad, right? Now, the injury that he actually got on his foot, the doctor is telling him that going on a tour would not be the best option. Now, I'm going to tell y'all this. Whenever they put these artists on they labels put these artists on the tours, that's a lot of money that they invest, and a lot of everything, right? Murder Word Texas, Blue Bands, I see you in the building. I'm talking about. But with Big X now saying that he can't go on the tour and making that decision, think about this. There's a really, really big rapper that's actually bigger than Big X. When I say bigger, I don't mean name wise, I mean weight wise. And what's his name? Like Dave Blunt, right? Dave Blunt. He can barely actually stand up. So they have him come out and perform on a couch, on a chair, right? So I'm guessing, I would imagine that the label's like, no. Come on, Big X, we need you. We need you. Don't be doing this, because it's a lot of promotion, advertising, marketing. And like I said, it's a world tour. It's not just like a United States tour. It's a world tour. So Big X would have been spreading his music all around the world. But he can't go anymore. And this is why Big X can't go. He actually came out and explained it. This is what he said.
Hey, what's up with it, man? It's Big X the Plug here. Tell you guys, I will not be attending the Wham tour with Lil Baby, man. As most of y'all know, I hurt my foot about a week ago. And yes, you know, I've been trying to stay up off of it, but my doctor is telling me that a tour right now it's not what's best, you know what I'm saying? So with that being said, I apologize to my fans, to Lil Baby, man, Live Nation. Man, I ain't gonna lie, I was ready to turn up. But with that being said, we got some stuff in the works, man. Once I'm back right, we back to it. You know we going crazy when I hit the road, niggas. Ain't that right, baby?
Anyway, so yeah, no more Big X on that Lil Baby tour. Now we take to the comment section. The first comment says, no, you didn't crop his foot on here. Well, I kind of had to crop the foot on there. I ain't even do it to put Buddy toes on there. I actually cropped the foot on there just to show that, hey, listen, he showed his foot and it is in a cast, so it kind of gives more effect to the picture, right? Murder Belly says, you keep talk, been rocking with you for the grip, stay focused. Well, they for sure trying to stay focused. If they quit messing up my lives, yeah, talking about, but it is what it is. I ain't even trying to crash out like that though. But anyways, the next comment says, that's the prize of the show. He's still gonna pop. Oh yeah, he definitely gonna pop. I was there when it happened, so they were there whenever his foot got injured. Nigga, lose him. Wait, Boosie caught a leg shot and performed in a wheelchair. I mean, you gotta understand, like, they're different body sizes, right? So the first comment on that, the actual first post that he did with it, somebody said, at this point, push the wheelchair, Big X. Laugh it out. Love you, my boy. Get well. Man, get a scooter. So at the end of the day, look, I'm going to be all the way 100 with y'all. The fans want one thing, and that's to see their artists. They don't care if you got to come out in a wheelchair. They don't care if you got to come out in a couch, any of that at all. Fans don't like excuses, right? Even though it's actually key that artists they prioritize their health over anything else, but most artists don't do that. I'm not gonna cap. Most artists would have probably went out there in a wheelchair, went out there with this. But like I say, not only that, but Big X probably want to spend some time with his family too. The life of an artist is super hard. That's why a lot of artists end up depressed and sad, even though they have a whole lot of millions of dollars. They be super sad because the life of artists is hard. They're touring all the time. They're going here, going there, doing an interview there, going to do this pop up there, and they don't really have time to even be at the home, celebrate with their family, or be in their kid's life, even though they have all of this money. It's kind of like when you become an artist, and especially a successful artist like a Big X the Plug, you have to put like your career over everything, over family, over just a lot of stuff. So I do see what Big X the Plug is doing, and also, I mean, it is what it is. Now, hopefully his label don't get pissed at him and like start treating him like less of an artist. And when I say less of an artist, they have a lot of control over who they're pushing at the time. Right now, it's Big X the Plug's time. He's the one that's being pushed. They're putting a lot of money behind him, marketing wise, music wise, and everything like that. So hopefully they don't use this against him, pretty much because he didn't go on this tour where because they're always looking for somebody else. That's just the truth about it all. Labels always looking for the next big thing. Your first year ain't gonna be like your second year as an artist. Either you're gonna grow, and if you probably didn't grow, it's probably because the label stopped pushing that button behind you. But Big X the Plug definitely got every single button inside the label push right now to make him as big as possible. Anyway, so with all that being said, listen, man, Diddy better calm his nerves down, because the judge in Diddy's case is not playing with him at all. Actually, the judge actually said something today that made a lot of people think that Diddy might get a mistrial. Now, if Diddy get a mistrial, I doubt they're going to let him free. He'll end up in jail for a long time like YNW Melly with no trial, right? So it says the judge scolded Diddy for trying to persuade the jury by looking at them and nodding profusely. So the Diddy is pretty much trying to communicate with the jurors. The jurors, they're the ones who have to be persuaded, because at the end, when it's all said and done, they're going to be the one that actually say, okay, he's guilty or he's not guilty, right? So they're saying Diddy was like looking over at the jurors just nodding to him like that in front of the actual judge, right? So it says the judge came out and he said, Mr. Agnifilio, which is Diddy's lawyer, your client was looking at jurors and nodding vigorously. This can't continue, or I will give a limiting instruction you won't like. Or other measures include barring your client from the courtroom. Do you understand? In which he said yes. So if Diddy gets barred from the courtroom and he's not able to actually stand trial, that's actually might be something that he likes, because I'm pretty sure he's super nervous inside of there. But at the same time, it just looks bad. It looks very, very bad, actually, right? Anyway, so the first comment is actually from a lawyer, Mob Genius TV. Shout out to you. He says, as a lawyer, I think the judge is ridiculous. Diddy is fighting for his life, and he has no right to smile, humanize himself to the people who make make the decision. Whack. So there are some people that's actually completely against what the judge, and this actually is the judge right here. They actually said the judge and Diddy used to be cool. Like Diddy took the judge. Now I don't think they did no freak offs together, but Diddy took the judge out of some wild stuff like that, right? The next comment says, dang, this the only thing they had to get on. So they mad he took a look at the jury. The fuck is going on, laugh aloud? The court is so BS. They think he intimidating the jurors, judge, hell. They probably do think he's trying to intimidate the jurors just from the stuff that they've actually heard from the women in this trial, and of course Diddy's bodyguard about blowing up Kid Cudi's car, trying to do this intimidating factor. That's probably what the judge is trying to like prevent, and could feel that he's trying to do that towards the actual jury, right? Anyways, now with that being said, speaking of the jury, Lil Durk. It's an update inside of his case, but it's more of an update with Lil Pab's mother, right? So everybody knows Lil Pab went to the courtroom. I fear for my life. Don't let Durk free. She's there to make sure Durk doesn't get free. Now she's doubling back, and she pretty much says she knows that her son isn't an angel. She knows that her son is in the streets. And when she says she knows he's in the streets, meaning he's in the streets doing what people in the streets do, whether it's unaliving, whatever other wild stuff that happens, right? So Lil Pab's mother came out and said, never said my boy was innocent, because a lot of people came at her like, bro, you trying to keep Durk locked up, but your son is in the streets. Like, you trying to paint the picture as if he was just this super angel. Like, oh, that's my baby. He's such an angel. No. So she said, my boy, I never said my boy was innocent. Grown-ass man, to be exact. Age 24. Did I approve of the things he did? No. The difference between me and some of y'all mothers is that she pretty much said the difference between her and the other people, mothers who's in the streets, is that, like, she cares about her son. Now, here's the thing about it. She's saying that she cares about his son, her son, and she's saying that other parents whose kids are in the streets don't care about their son. That doesn't make any sense at all. I'm pretty sure those parents don't want their kid in the streets too, but a lot of the times when kids go jump in the streets and people jump in the streets, it's the decision that they making and they just doing it, right? Sometimes they don't even have parents in the first place. That's why they go jump in the streets. But for her to say that she cares about her son who's now dead because he was in the streets, and the bullet was not headed towards Lil Pab, to be fair. It was not headed towards him. It was actually headed for Quando Rondo, well, meant for Quando Rondo, but it did hit Lil Pab, because why Lil Pab was in the streets and he was with Quando Rondo. So with that being said, you know, it is what it is. I'll take you to the comment section. The first comment says, long live Pab. Free Lil Durk. Durk is cooked. So why fight for justice if your son wasn't innocent? She admitted he was a gang banging and in the streets, so she should know what comes with that lifestyle. It's not like her boy was a college kid or something. Maybe what I'm saying in my thoughts is just insensitive. The mother is going to grieve regardless her son being in the wrong or right, I guess. And that's kind of what I said in the status, right? I was like, Lil Pab mom's taking accountability because she said he wasn't an angel and she knew that he was in the streets. But then I said, but of course, as a mother, she's still hurt because her son was alive. So I do understand where she's coming from as a mother, but at least she ain't just coming out and just completely saying, no, it's not my son's fault. He was a complete angel, right? Definitely, I need y'all to hit that like button for me. Everybody that's inside, I had to restart this live 3 times in order for it to work, right? So I know that messed us up a lot, but I need everybody in the live to make sure you hit that like button for me today. Anyway, so the next comment says, she should have kept quiet. So if they def gonna do shit, sit during this patch, so that somebody thinks they're gonna try to go and snipe her. I doubt they'll do that. Durk knows he's in a lot of trouble right now, and she's already taken a stand and said what she had to say. So anyways, now a little while ago, a rapper that goes by the name of Skilla Baby was actually shot, and he was shot almost, he could have been killed, because after he was shot, he rammed and crashed his car. Shout out to Gelato, I see you in a building. A shorty fat pocket say hit that like button. I definitely need y'all to hit that like button for me. Anyway, so they've actually caught the killer of Skilla, well, not the killer, the shooter of Skilla Baby that actually tried to kill him. Well, they said the man in connection. So even if this isn't the actual shooter, he's connected to the actual shooter. Now, it could be the shooter or it could be someone just in connection, like it says. But it says 12 of them arrested a man in connection who tried to put Skilla Baby face on a tee and inside a grape swisher, then eventually inside of a rapper song. Because if they would have killed Skilla Baby, some people definitely would have came out and said they smoking on Skilla Baby, and definitely would have came out and dissed them in a song, right? Every rapper that dies, especially every street rapper that dies, ends up in somebody's song, right? Every single time, it never fails. Anyway, so let me play the video for y'all. So that's the guy right there. Right now, it's just crazy because Buddy got some big old boots on. It's like he got, this ain't no YN. That's what's crazy. That's what's blowing my mind, right? So that's why when they say in connection, I'm having to think, now there's no way that this could be the actual guy, because in connection, look at them. Them was work boots. You know what I'm talking about? That's like some construction work boots, right? I'm talking about. But anyways, I guess it is times is harder here. So maybe he went and did a shift, got off his shift, and went to try to go catch a body. But anyways, the article actually said federal agents and a local police have arrested a person of interest in connection with the shooting of Detroit rapper Skilla Baby. Authorities raided a home in Detroit and took a person into custody. The individual is believed to be tied to the drive-by shooting that injured Skilla Baby in Radford Township. Allegedly, the person has been identified as a person of interest in the case. One man was seen being walked out of the handcuffs outside the home in the area of Linwood, Davidson. So as more details come out, I'll know if Buddy's actually the shooter or not. Right now, they say he's in connection, but just looking at his shoes, them don't look like no stepper shoes to me. Big boot ass, you know what I'm talking about? Yeah, them don't look like no stepper shoes. I ain't never seen nobody that done did some stepping wearing them type of shoes. How you even gonna run in them big old boots right there? You know what I'm talking about? But I guess maybe in New York, because they do be rocking Timbs a whole lot up there in New York. But anyways, we'll just see. So the first comment on here says, Great Swisher is crazy, laugh out loud. I know y'all ain't say all that. Oh, yeah, because I said they're going to put them on a Swisher. Well, that's what they always say, right? The new Detroit got cameras everywhere, definitely. Listen, for all the people that's going to do hits, just understand that they got cameras everywhere. So if you're going to do a hit and you don't got no mask on, you're going to get caught. You're going to do a hit and you got a cell phone with you, you're going to get caught. It's way too much technology, and it's AI technology now. What AI is able to do is see your face and immediately tell them who you are, your name, address, everything like that, because AI knows everything. When you be looking at your phone, your camera be on sometimes. You don't even know it. And the AI is just recording your face, getting facial recognition and all that. So, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all definitely got to be careful whenever it coming to that type of stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Anyways, now, aside from Buddy actually being caught, listen, bro, we might be in some trouble as a country right now. So Elon Musk and Donald Trump are beefing with each other. Not only the beef, I mean, it's a bad beef too. You know, of course, Donald Trump had Elon Musk inside of the White House, looking at a lot of people's accounts, pretty much trying to cut the waste inside of the government. But now it does look like Elon Musk has made a claim on Donald Trump about Epstein's Island. And y'all should know what Epstein's Island was. But anyways, he's made a claim about that. But here's what Donald Trump had to say. Well, first we'll play what Trump said. Well, first of all, before we get to that, let me tell you what Elon Musk said, right? Elon Musk came in and said, it's time to drop some really big bombs. Donald Trump is in Epstein files. That is the real reason they have not been made public. Of course, the Epstein files, y'all know what that is. That's where a whole lot of celebrities were going to Epstein's Island and piping down a whole lot of, allegedly, just a lot of people they shouldn't have been piping down, right? That's illegal, pretty much, right? Trafficking, human trafficking, pretty much, right? And they were just going over there, human trafficking the girls and piping them down. Elon Musk is saying Donald Trump is actually on those files, and that's why they won't release it. Then Elon Musk said, mark this post for the future. The truth will come out. Now, this is what Donald Trump actually had to say to that.
All of the things that we're doing, nobody's ever seen anything like it. And, you know, Elon's upset because we took the EV mandate, and, you know, which was a lot of money for electric vehicles. And, you know, they're having a hard time, the electric vehicles. And they want us to pay billions of dollars in subsidy. And, you know, Elon knew this from the beginning. He knew it for a long time ago. That's been in there. That's been, I would say, JD, that hasn't changed. That's been right from the beginning, Mr. Secretary. That hasn't changed at all, right from the beginning. But I know that disturbed him. He wanted, and rightfully, you know, he recommended somebody from that he, I guess, knew very well. I'm sure he respected him, but to run NASA. And I didn't think it was appropriate. And he happened to be a Democrat.
Anyway, so, of course, Donald Trump is now saying that he has actually signed something to make it to where, because you know America was trying to push towards everybody getting electric cars, right? Now, Donald Trump's like, no, I don't want everybody to have electric cars. Like, why would I push the country towards everybody getting electric cars when, of course, people still have gas cars and all this stuff right now? Elon Musk owns Tesla. Tesla is electric vehicles. So I guess there's a conflict of interest for Elon Musk, but also Donald Trump's just not letting it happen. Now, a lot of people see this as like, it's actually good that Trump is putting his foot down and not actually doing it, because that means he would have been, what's it called whenever someone gets you to do everything they want? He would have been a puppet pretty much, right? So he's showing that he's not a puppet, but then a lot of people as well is like, oh, wow. So what about them Epstein files that he's saying that you own, right? Anyways, now with that being said, of course, somebody named Big Dog said, Why your jacket? So who cares? I'm a rock what I want to rock, how I want to rock. You know what I'm talking about? Well, you don't rock what you don't want to rock, but I'm gonna do whatever I want to do. You know what I'm talking about? You don't run me. I run everything that I do, and I will always run everything that I do, and I don't care what nobody say. But anyways, Trump definitely. Let me get to the comment section. That man, yay, so dang funny. Oh yeah, Kanye West is absolutely destroyed right now because Kanye West has been banking on, of course, Elon Musk and Donald Trump being close and tight together. Just period. Right now, with them actually beefing and fighting right now, Kanye West is like, bros, please, no, we love you both so much. This is actually a big hit to the Republican Party and also to a lot of people that like Trump, because a lot of people that like Trump kind of grew to like Elon Musk. Why? Because Elon Musk, they're like one and one. They're like together helping each other out. But anyways, it's beef with them two now. You know what I'm talking about? They beefing like two homegirls mad at each other. We're about to get an Elon pack before GTA 6. I know this was coming now. Elon released a robot, sad but true. I'm going to tell y'all one thing, right? Elon Musk definitely got a lot of intel about the United States of America, and he is an AI specialist with a whole lot of geniuses on his side as well. So this is a very dangerous game. Yes, Donald Trump is the leader of the free world. He's the leader of the United States of America, the most powerful country in the world. However, Elon Musk is like a tech giant genius from South Africa. He's not even really from America. He's from South Africa. So I don't know, bro. It look a little, it's looking a little iffy right now as far as the whole Donald Trump and Elon Musk thing actually goes. Somebody said, why is he beefing? So I'll explain it really quickly before I get to the next topic. Elon Musk and Trump is beefing. This is what it breaks down to, right? Elon Musk, well, Trump says Elon Musk is mad at him because Trump is against everybody having electric cars. So he's taken away some type of mandate that was eventually going to mandate people to have electric cars by a particular year. Elon Musk owns Tesla, which are electric cars. So that's one thing. That's what Trump is saying, right? Now, Elon Musk is saying Trump just signed a new deal, a bill called the Big Beautiful Bill, and he's saying, no, that's going to bankrupt America. If it bankrupt America, of course, that would affect Elon Musk as well. So now Musk is saying, and even aside from that, Trump is on the Epstein files. He went to the islands over there on Epstein and was kicking it with them and doing whatever they was doing over there. So that's why they're kind of butting heads. But they're butting heads to the point where it's the point of no return. There's no way that they can actually come back for that and be like, hey, we're cool, or hey, we're not. Like, you can't come back from that at all. You know what I'm talking about? It just, they're beefing. So I said somebody gonna get turned into a pack. I ain't gonna cap. Something gonna happen to somebody, and I don't know who it's gonna be. But all I know is Trump is the president of the United States, but Elon Musk is literally the richest man inside the world. Anyways, now with all of that being said, the next topic for today, listen, Oak Cliff. Where is Oak Cliff at in the building? Listen, they done found 10 vehicles inside of Oak Cliff, inside of a lake. And actually someone in the comment section I'm gonna read, they said it was 21. I'm gonna read the article for y'all. So it says, Dallas, crew finds at least 10 cars in a pond at Lake Cliff, an Oak Cliff neighborhood of Dallas on Thursday, and it's believed that some of the vehicles may have connections to missing person cases, sources tell. Now, everybody knows whenever somebody gets killed, sometimes people will throw them inside of a lake or throw them inside of any big mass of water, right? But everybody knows Oak Cliff as well. Oak Cliff is like murder inside of a lot of murders go down in Oak Cliff, but they dumping the whole cars inside of Oak Cliff. And what in the blue hell is going on? So it says sources say the vehicles were found as part of a routine cleaning of the pond, which hasn't been done at the Lake Cliff pond in about 10 years. So that's a lot of old cars with probably skeletons of dead people that got murdered inside of those vehicles, right? WFAA chopper footage of the scene Thursday showed crews gathered around an older vehicle on a trailer that appeared to have pulled from the pond at Lake Cliff, Colorado. A boulevard crew searching the water. Sources tell WFAA that the rest of the cars are expected to be pulled out over the next couple of days. So they've already got 10 cars out. And like I said, they said they're pulling out more cars. And they said a lot of these cars are probably connected to like cold cases and murders. So, hey, listen, man, with the technology we got, of course, it's old murders, but they got some technology that's going to tell them who it is, where they from, and all type of stuff, right? So if you done kill somebody, let's just say 10 years ago and dumped their body in a car inside of the water inside of Oak Cliff, I would be alarmed if I was you, right? Anyway, so the first comment says, I've been watching all day. Gazam, 10 of them. No, even more than 10, actually. 10 is just what they reported. They said at least 10, right? What the wow, old cold cases. That's Miss Parker Cadillac. We always knew that Trinity smelled like that for a reason. There's a rumor about that, right? It's 21 vehicles. Just imagine this. They done found 21 old vehicles, old cars inside of the Trinity River. Not Trinity River, inside of the Cliff River, inside of Oak Cliff. A lot of dead bodies, you know what I'm talking about? And And they say over 10 years they haven't checked. So they finna find 10 years worth of vehicles inside of that. Who knows how many they gonna find? Anyways, what in a blue hell stiff cliff? Dang, how deep is this pond? It's not an ocean or river. Damn, that pond must be deep as fuck, cause how? No, it definitely gotta be deep. And it's just insane that that's actually going on. So if we hear about any cold case that's actually just now getting solved, it's probably because of that river, right? Anyway, so Quavo is actually going viral right now. Why? Because there was a melanated queen that actually asked Quavo for a picture, but Quavo was in the middle of a shoot, so he was like, nah. And she was like, what about afterwards? He was like, yeah, I'll do it with you afterwards or whatever, right? However, a snow queen walked up in the middle of his shoot, and he not only did he not tell her no, he actually offered her a drink, poured her a drink, and also let her dance inside of his shoot, which of course made the melanated queen extremely mad. Here goes the video.
I know you taking a shoot. Can I have a picture, please? After you finish? He said after he finished. Okay.
She happy, right? Here comes the snow queen walking up. Look, he waved at her too. She even put quotes. She said Quavo let her walk up straight into his video and greet her with open arms. Look at security guards walking up because he just told the other girl no. So they probably think he about to tell her no too. Wayne Park, I see you in house. So look, he done offered her a drink and he danced with her. And the cold part about it is,
Bad thing. You should be happy.
look at that. They're still
Yeah, bless you too, but don't do that. Don't do that. Because of me, that's because of you. So don't do that. I mean, like, so what? You up there, so you should. I know.
Okay, listen, so even after the shoot, Quavo still didn't want to give Shorty no type of love at all, right? He didn't give her a photo or nothing like that, so she's pretty much pissed off, and it's going viral because people are trying to make it a black and white thing. Like, hey, the black girl walked up, you didn't want to show her no love. The white girl walked up, then you did. It could just be an attraction thing. It could be that he finds one attractive and one not. I'm going to keep it 100. Like I said, I don't sugarcoat nothing. I keep everything real here, right? So this is the thing. If a rapper's out and they doing a photo shoot, if you try to get something with them and they don't find you attractive, I'm not going to lie. Your chance of getting that and them taking their time out to go do that is slim to none. And this is way bigger than like a race thing and everything like that. But if somebody else walk up to you and he finds that person attractive, they're more likely to get more attention. I know it sounds messed up, but it is what it is. You know what I'm talking about? People that are more attractive, they just get extra benefits in life. And I'm just keeping it 100 and being real. You know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know if Buddy just was like that because of the color or whatever, but like I say, a lot of the time, especially from a man's point of view, like they treat attractive people that they find attractive, because I'm not going to say the woman's not attractive because somebody else may find attractive, but men treat people that they find attractive better than those that they don't find attractive. So it is what it is. Anyways, but if I take to the comment and say what y'all had to say, the first comment says, laugh out loud, you ran up on them. Man, I ain't gonna lie. People seem so entitled when they see these celebrities on vacation. It is their choice to make the time to give you an autograph or even a picture, because at the end of the day, they aren't working in a moment. So with that being said, well, he actually was working. He was in the middle of a photo shoot. So with that being said, people need to respect the decision, which actually is worse though, on a matter, because if the shoe was on the other foot, you would expect them to respect your decision. Nah, he just know how to make it go viral. You just a regular. They see that white lady turn up, it's gonna go, it's chess, not checker. So this person thinking he just did that for it to actually go viral, which it definitely could go viral. Shake my head. Why the narrative? She gonna run his money up. He already got this chest. She mad. I mean, he did support Kamala, and this is what I mean by liberal logic. Liberal logic is to finesse black folks, make them feel needed when you want their vote or some money or whatever, whereas you're smiling, and then treating them like shit and kissing white folks to the LGBTQ white women mafia. So, like I say, a lot of people is turning this to a black and white thing. Personally, do I know what it is? No. Do I think I know what it is? Yes. I think it's all about just attraction. What are you attracted to? Men naturally treat people better that they find attractive, and they treat people worse that they don't find attractive. And that's just like a man thing, right? It's not something that can be fixed or nothing like that. It's just a natural thing that actually happens. You know, they got something called pretty privilege, right? So, and that's just what it is. So with all that being said, I think I covered all the topics for today. I'm gonna go double check and see if there's anything else that I actually missed. But first of all, while I'm looking for that, I want to say shout out to y'all that tuned into the live today. This was literally the third live that I had had to get running because we had 3 technical difficulties today. Shout out to the new follower that we actually just got. And then, like I say, with that being said, and that is GTE4R Demani. Oh, shout out another follow. Shout out to Trendy Mail for the follow as well. And I'm happy it lets me know when I get new followers. But anyways, this is the 3rd live I try to get to do, right? I told y'all, ever since I turned away that deal for the 3rd time, they try to sign me and make me a bigger YouTuber, but I turned it down 3 times. And ever since I turned it down, weird stuff happened. Y'all don't always get the notifications. Y'all saw the live kept messing up out of nowhere, freezing and stuff. I keep telling y'all, double back around and maybe we can work out a deal. You know what I'm talking about? Back at that time, what y'all was offering, I was just on some other stuff. But like I say, bro, if it can be mutually beneficial and I don't end up a slave inside of a slave deal and crying and whining like I see a whole lot of the rappers do that sign the slave deals, then hey, man, it is what it is. I'm with it. But anyways, with that being said, definitely I can cover this. So, of course, we know, NBA YoungBoy is one of the biggest artists of our generation. He makes people his fan base is just rapid fan base. You say anything negative about NBA YoungBoy, you can guarantee that his fans are literally gonna go at you and try to do all type of crazy wild stuff to you, hack you, everything, right? Well, a rapper that goes by the name of Tusi said that he believes that NBA YoungBoy is the Michael Jackson of this generation. Here's what I'll say. Okay, if comparing NBA YoungBoy to Michael Jackson, first of all salutes and respect to NBA YoungBoy. I think you're a monster, a beast, and I think you like gonna break records on your tour and everything like that. But I do believe, even though I wasn't all the way around for Michael Jackson, I'm not gonna cap, I was around more for NBA YoungBoy. But just from the footage and the stuff that I saw, the effect that NBA YoungBoy has on his fans, I can say that that's like the same effect that Michael Jackson had on his fans. Now, as far as like a worldwide view, Michael Jackson was no doubt a bigger artist worldwide because of the type of music that he actually made. Right now, NBA YoungBoy got some super dope songs. I don't want to say Michael Jackson level or not Michael Jackson level because I want to be super accurate. Just because, there we go. The MJ of the YNs. Hey, listen, for everything that I was about to say, Dre Mars, you literally just said you just put everything I'm about to say in like a few words. I can say that NBA YoungBoy is the Michael Jackson of the YNs all around the world. Now that I can say all around the world. From the style, you got people that's standing like NBA YoungBoy. You got people that's dressing like. So he definitely changed the game a whole lot. But just in a worldwide perspective, Michael Jackson, obviously, it's not even a question. It was a much, much bigger artist, and his effect was crazy. So, dang, 33 likes is crazy. I know we had to do this live back like 3 times, but I need y'all to turn the lights up for me. What in the blue hell is going on? And whoever that is on Kick, quit messaging me. I'll leave messages on Kick. You know what I'm talking about? And Parasols, hey, friend, I saw your channel. No, that's some fake stuff. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, I need y'all to get the likes up though. What in the blue? Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to start going live on Kick at this person right here. I need to go block that person right now. You know what I'm talking about? Keep sending me all these messages on Kick. Hey, listen, man, cut that out. But yeah, I definitely need y'all to like what the world. 33 likes is absolutely insane. I'm gonna come every day with the content, whether it messes up and now I gotta restart the live or not. I'm always gonna come with the content. But for y'all, shout out to Moneybags. I definitely need y'all to hit the like button. That's the only thing I ask for y'all, and it's free. You know what I'm talking about? Absolutely insane. But yeah, this person from Kick keep sending me all these messages, somebody they want to help me gain some followers. That sound like, on Instagram where you get that messages from them Indian people and they be like, hey, you want these views and that? I don't pay for nothing. Everything is natural and keeps our game. We're gonna stick together and we're gonna get everything going. I'm talking about Memphis in a building. Shout out to Roddy Exotic Kennels. But yeah, let me go ahead and go delete what's his name? Parasols or something like that. I need to get you up out of here, boy. You know what I'm talking about? Cause I feel like that's fake. I don't think that's real. You know what I'm talking about? I don't want to rap with nobody that's gonna try to do nothing that's fake. Only the real. You know what I'm talking about? I don't need fake stuff, and I don't even be on Kick too much, so I don't even know how to go and delete them up out of it. I don't even be block and delete. I let people say what they want to say, but that's like them fake people that be saying that. But anyways, either way it goes, yeah, definitely only takes 2 seconds to like. I don't know how in the blue head there's 33 likes. I don't even be beating it in y'all head. I'm supposed to come on here and every 5 or 10 minutes, I'm supposed to be like, make sure you like the video. But I'm literally expecting y'all to just do that just off the rip. You know what I'm talking about? Just based off rocking with me, because I'm rocking with y'all. I'm rocking with y'all super heavy, bro. All throughout the day, I'm literally collecting content in hopes of making a great live stream for y'all. Like I said, this is episode 18, so welcome to episode 18. But let me see if there's any more topics that I can actually cover today, because it does look like that would be the last topic of today. Let me check one more place and see if we got something over there. It ain't too much going on inside of hip hop today, but with everything that we did go over today, I saved all that up for y'all because I didn't actually stream yesterday. I was going to stream yesterday, but I didn't. Let me see. Anything else going on? There's actually nothing else going on. So with that being said, I am about to close out the live. Get the likes up. Come on, bro. We got to do. If it's, I think max today we had like, 300, 400 people in here. We should at least have like 200 something like minimum whenever I exit off. But 33 is insane. If you're watching the live, just literally click the like button. I don't want to have to keep saying that though, fool. I always said, man, I'd never be saying like, cause my people just gonna do it. You know what I'm talking about? I ain't with all that. Oh, 74, we getting them up already. Mike Major, shout out to you, my boy. Anyways, but I don't want to, you know what I'm talking about? When I be watching people live, and they always keep saying, hit the like. I'm like, damn, nigga, why you saying that so much? They rock with you, they just gonna do it. And that's kind of how I feel about it all. You know what I'm talking about? So I don't really, you know what I'm talking about? I need y'all to just do what y'all do. Y'all part, you know what I'm talking about? Y'all part is really watching, of course, but then, of course, hitting that like button for me. So with all that being said, I'm gonna close out the video for today. Shout out to y'all. This is episode 18. I did have to do this live 3 times. YouTube was messing up. Streamlab was messing up, but we still made it back and y'all still tuned in. So salute and shout out to each and every last one of y'all. Anyways, let me know something. Comment down below. Let me know what you think about this entire ordeal. I'm out. We will do episode 19, hopefully tomorrow. If not tomorrow, the next day. But I'm trying to go tomorrow.